Hello everyone, this is Persephone, and one of the questions that I have been asked again from my fan from Brain Cells is the problem with discrepancy and differences between looking alpha and behaving alpha. And if you have been watching my channel, you know that there is a category that I call gray area, in which a man exhibits alpha characteristics appearance-wise. For example, he can be tall, he can be having a big dick, he can be like physically fit, yet he behaves beta, or he feels better and more himself when he behaves beta. And as a result, women who are actually meeting this man and get enthusiastic, thinking that, oh my god, this one is going to be alpha, get very turned off. Okay, how does one solve this problem? Actually, there are plenty of solutions I could recommend, and we're going to go through all of them. But before that, let's see why this happens. Because, many of my subscribers who are born with micropenises, 3 feet tall, in races that no one wants to date, they are going to be very mad watching this and say, dude, your problems are first world problems. Okay, I'm not saying that this is an insignificant problem, not at all, but because the person who messaged me said that many have this problem, this is a rare problem and this is a solvable problem. I mean, I say this in contrast with someone who has a 2-inch dick that we cannot solve medically yet, unfortunately. So usually, from what I have seen, when there are men with chad looks and beta behaviors, it has a lot to do with the way they were raised. And to be more specific, with not having a strong male model in their formative years. Usually the pattern is controlling, dominating, bitchy mom, and absent physically or mentally weak dad. Okay, that results in someone who is raised to be beta. The way you're raised affects everything, every area of your life, and it's something very, very hard to overcome. And that, I don't say this just in an alpha and beta frame, I say about everything. The thing is, it all starts from your mind. I say this in a way, are you really willing to embrace living as a beta and say fuck you to those women and do what they say? Or would you rather try to reparent yourself, quote unquote, and live as an alpha? That's a very personal choice. I'm not going to tell you what's right and what's wrong, because for different people, the best choice is a different answer. If you want to live as an alpha and you feel you are repressed, you feel that you're upset every time you find yourself acting beta and disappointing women, then there are a lot of things that you can do. Thing number one, check your testosterone. If you were aware of how many men have testosterone problems, like, it's shocking. I'm saying that because you can be very alpha and aggressive when you have extremely low testosterone. Okay, that's a medical field. You can ask your doctor and he's going to direct you. Thing number two is, like children who were used by narcissistic parents and they are now adults like myself, in many areas we have to reparent ourselves and teach ourselves things that we didn't know and we never learned, physically, mentally, practically, financially. So it's never too late to start reading on the red pill. I'm not going to talk about black pill, because if you're already tall and you have a big penis, you have 60% of that figured out. And you can start changing your behaviors and your beliefs step by step. At first there is going to be failure, okay? But slowly, if you're truly a repressed alpha, your real self is going to emerge and you're going to feel more and more liberated when you behave in ways that you're not supposed to behave. At first it's very uncomfortable, and I can say this from an autistic person's perspective, that when I decided that I'm not going to have a filter consciously and I'm going to have a flat expression and I'm not going to wear things that they make me feel uncomfortable, like things with glitter, it was so weird, because I was conditioned all of my life that, oh my god, I need to have a filter, oh my god, I need to, neurotypical max of sorts, try to be neurotypical. But then it felt that this is the right thing that I should always have been doing. But if you feel that you are truly beta and your outside doesn't match your inside, I think it's time to start embracing it. If you're attracted to women who expect you to be super alpha, you have to change the women, not yourself. I truly believe that you have quality of life when people accept you for who you are. And I teach and I talk about specific categories of women on my channel, but reality is that the average woman is a pick-me, or even worse, a Vera, or a woman that she could be happy with a beta provider. those women are the women you should aim for, that they are going to have the upgraded version of a beta provider, which is you. Someone who looks alpha but still provides, still acts beta, still doesn't really like conflict or all of this toxic masculinity and so on. So maybe it's not you and it's your audience. I'm telling you that by nature, most women who have a lot of choices, they're going to pick alpha men. That doesn't mean that the rest of the women are not going to pick you because you act beta. Overall, if you find a woman that she starts rejecting you, criticizing you, acting turned off by your behaviors, let that woman go. I would say you don't even need to overthink. Personally, I take one day to think what went wrong with a relationship, to obsess over it, and then I let go. I'm thinking that if the person cannot accept vital parts of who I am, it wasn't meant to be for us. So if the woman is one of those women who is still on the early stages, that she's searching alpha men and throwing herself at them and getting her heart broken, either she's not ready for you or she's not the right match for you. And you can aim for women who are actually more down to earth and who are going to appreciate someone who is a provider. Which are those women? Single moms. Women of an older age that they had multiple fuck boys who pretty much wined and dined and fucked and dumped them. And they are going to see now what you have to offer, like stability, security, and if you're tall and handsome, pretty much you have the entire package, okay? I mean, I'm making this video, but this is a problem that with a bit of patience and working on yourself and getting yourself out there to date, you're going to find women who are going to be very, very enthusiastic about you. A man who's like that for me is a catch. I'm saying this because, yeah, there is this category and it takes a lot of soul searching to understand what's going on with you, because I meet people who are in different stages on their life journey, who are very angry at their mom and say, hey, why didn't you raise me to be more alpha? Or why didn't you find a different man? Or why didn't you get back together with my dad? Or you made my dad disappear and so on. But at the end of the day, who we are is our responsibility now that we are adults. Of course, acting beta doesn't mean atrocious, repulsive behaviors that would turn every woman on, such as being physically too weak to defend a woman. I have lost count of men, especially Asian men, that I'm telling you, you say you want to get married, okay, and there is an intruder in your house. Can you shoot that intruder? Can you beat that intruder up? Can you even outrun that intruder? No. Pretty much you're going to be there having the same physical capability as your wife. That's repulsive to women. It has to do with thousands of years of natural selection. I'm not the one making the rules. Don't send me hate, okay? The reason why psychopaths, criminals, murderers, and other dangerous, disordered men were always attractive is because being around a man who can kill equals survival for a woman and her children for thousands of years, okay? It's the same reason why men prefer women with bigger breasts and bigger butts forever, because they're more fertile, okay? It's an instinctive thing. That doesn't mean you need to be an expert in mixed martial arts or have a black belt or have 10 guns in your house. Do it to the level that works for you, but skinny fat, feminized, negative testosterone, man-child who's going to start crying, this is not attractive, okay? And if I'm beta and women don't like me translates to anything similar to that, this is not beta, this is omega, and there is a need for a very strong intervention, okay? Other behaviors that they are beta and you should avoid should be having zero financial power, zero financial planning, leeching off of your parents, even worse, leeching off of your wife, binge watching series, being a game addict, being a porn addict. All of those things are essentially beta and omega behaviors that you need to ditch, okay? And you need to focus on being a provider, on being a rock a woman can depend on to start the family, okay? That's what your goals should be. It's not easy. Society looks down on beta men so much, but beta men keep society going, actually. If everyone was alpha, society wouldn't function. And I say that because people say on my channel that if everyone wanted to be self-employed like you, who would wash the dishes? Who would cook the food? Who would ride the bus? And who would actually drive the bus? Well, that's true. Not everyone can do it. But if that's what you want to do in life and you put your mind into it, you have very high chances of doing it, okay? So for now, if you want my advice to sum it up, try to figure out who you are and not so much what women think. If you know exactly who you are and what you have to offer, you're bound to attract the right people sooner or later. If you don't know and you say, maybe I'm a repressed alpha, like I said, it's not an easy answer. Take time. Try different things from the red pill and see how you feel after them. try different things, from Veda providing to actually going on dates with women who had their heart broken, and see how do you feel about that woman. Do you feel that she appreciates you and you feel better? Do you feel like a sucker, you could have done something better and found someone better? It depends, okay? But in any case, self-knowledge is the biggest power. If you know who you are, if you know where you want to go, very few things can touch you, and even if they do, you're going to learn from that and you're going to grow. Thank you for watching.